Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Navadine here. As you know, I do perfume related videos and I do a lot of hauls and vlogs. Let me just rant to you for 10 seconds. 10 seconds? Okay, start the clock. As much as I love perfumes, I really want to do a lot of other stuff, and I don't want to feel gimmicky coming around and like switching up like the 50 perfumes that I do have in like different videos, but then mentioning the same perfumes all the time. However, I'm not going to spend too much money because last year I spent a whole lot, and this year I'm trying to save because, you know, I have a goal to hit and I have a budget for perfumes and I have a budget for clothes. But with all that being said, due to consistency, I'm putting out another video for you guys today. And it's another perfume related video because I mean, I'm doing nothing else. Our lockdown has been officially extended to March the 23rd of 2021. So all of us who thought like let's leave 2020 in the dust, 2021, yeah, we haven't gotten off to a good start. I don't know who did something, like somebody did something, and one of y'all need to repent because God is angry, and this is just a lot. I don't know who's gonna take these nails off. I'm not good at chewing. The good thing is though, lockdown is opening a week before my birthday, so fingers crossed and hands too that we are open on the time that they said that we're gonna be open, because like it's gonna be my 30th, guys. Like, it's meant to be dirty. I can't get dirty at home. Well,
I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time.
If you guys are bored of my perfume videos, I mean, I sometimes worry about filming them and being repetitive. However, I watch a lot of the same content. So if you're like me, you're watching a lot of the same content as well, and you just want to see your favorite YouTuber post so that you can interact with them. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, right? Okay, so today's video is just me choosing some signature perfumes from my collection. And to me, signature perfumes should be because obviously you can do whatever you want, but should be versatile. So they should be transitionable. That's a word, right? Yeah, they should be able to transition to different occasions. You also need them to be long lasting and have good projection. For me, I want it to be a perfume that someone actually smells so that they can remember me by it. If it's a perfume that you're wearing all the time but nobody can smell it, like, okay, it's signature to you but in your head nobody knows that that's your signature scent. I think signature scent is not only a perfume that you wear all the time, but a perfume that someone else can recognize you by. I mean, it's up to you, but that's just what I deem as a signature perfume. The first one I'm going to start off with is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. You should expect that this would be in the lineup. I actually have the intense version. However, a lot of people have the original. For me, yes, I think the original is a good option as well, but for me, the original is a little bit too sharp, so I went for the intense version because it's a little bit sweeter. This is a perfect signature scent. Let me tell you why. You can wear this to the office. I wouldn't overspray wearing it to the office because the patchouli is very strong in this. I think this is classy. I think this is ladylike. I think it's also businesslike. I think it smells luxurious. It smells rich. It smells mature. I feel like if you went to an interview, it smells appropriate as well. It's also sexy enough to wear on a date if you felt like. So it's able to transition into various different occasions. You can also wear it in the summer and in the winter time. In the winter time, because it's potent, it's intense, it actually cuts through the cold, you can still smell it, it projects, it leaves a trail. And then in the summertime, it has enough citrus in there and it's sharp enough that it fits the season. I feel as though this has the perfect balance between a little bit of sweet and a little bit of freshness as well. And I think it's attractive. I think it's an attractive smelling fragrance, so this is my option. I think the original, as I said, is a little bit too sharp for me, but if I wasn't someone that was, you know, into the sweetness or into how intense the patchouli in this is, I would go for this fragrance, which is Shiseido Zen. I've spoken about this before, but not recently because I haven't worn it since summer. It's like the younger sister to Coco Mad because it's not as sharp. It smells just as nice. It has this elegant feel to it. It has an expensive kind of quality to it. It gives me the same vibe that Coco Mad gives, so I can wear it in the summertime and in the winter time, but it just doesn't reach the limit of Coco Mad. Anything that's too citrusy is going to remind me of summer. It's going to be too bright for me unless that's my vibe and that's what I love. I don't want to wear something that's too fresh all the time. I didn't put fresh fragrances in here because for me, I only associate fresh fragrances with summer and springtime. I do know that some people like to shower and put on fresh fragrances, but that's once in a while. It's not something that I would put on all the time, but I feel like this also has a perfect balance. So I think this is a good version. Also, it's much cheaper than Coco Mad, of course. So that is Shiseido Zen. The next one I will mention is Fleur. So this is a floral chypre. I feel like this is bright enough. I feel like it's sexy enough as well. You can wear this in the nighttime, you can wear this in the daytime, you can wear it summertime and wintertime. And I feel like it's also suitable for office wear and all that. All these fragrances that I tell you, they're suitable for both places. I would not overspray these fragrances if I was going to an interview or going to the office, obviously, because you know you're going to be around a lot of people in close proximity. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't overspray them. But other than that, I feel like this is perfect. It's not too sweet. It also gives me the same vibe as Coco Mad because the patchouli is very prominent in here as well. And something about patchouli or rose, I feel smells luxe. I know some people say rose can smell vintage, but I think the fact that it smells vintage is why it smells luxe. Smells a little bit like old money. That's what I find rose smells like. And this also projects so that someone is going to smell it on you, and if they smell it on you, obviously they can associate this fragrance with you. You don't want anything that's too soft that no one will notice that you're wearing, because then they won't link that fragrance to you. The whole point of this is to associate fragrances with you. So that's Rihanna Fleur. The next one that I'm going to mention is actually Jeremy Fragrance's Day for Women. So I haven't opened the box yet. I don't plan to, since I'm not going anywhere. I'm not really using it, even though I think it's silly. I think I should be using this and leaving my travel sizes for when I travel. But ain't nobody know when we're gonna be traveling now anyway. So, and this bottle is so sleek and so thin that I think it's perfect for traveling. So I don't worry about this bottle being too bulky when I'm traveling. If you haven't seen the bottle, I've mentioned it in my last video as well. But Day for Women, I think, is the perfect amount of fruitiness and sweetness. I don't find this fragrance too sweet. I think that it has enough fruitiness and it's fresh enough that you can wear this in the summertime and in the daytime, evening time. Obviously this says day, and I specifically chose the day one because it's obviously not as sweet as the nighttime one, which is a little bit more intense. I use that word kind of lightly, but it is stronger, and obviously that's going to be too sweet for the summer. But I think this one smells fresh enough to wear in the summertime, and I quite enjoy it now during winter time, and I wear the day one in the nighttime as well. It also projects. My sister has said that when I've left the house and she's gone into our elevator to use it, she's smelt my fragrance in there. But she's also never complained about it smelling strong or it being headed.
It chokes me. I don't like that.
Yeah, but you took...
Listen, regardless or not, if last week I told you that I like
Winnie,
that,
you told me this yesterday.
Okay, and that's fine. Today is a different day. Do you not see how bars are making changes? Today, Killian is my favorite.
Winnie, go away. Because when I'm wearing Killian, she cannot tell the difference. It's like...
No, I know the difference.
Sometimes I'm wearing this one and she asks me if I'm wearing Killian, and sometimes I'm wearing Killian.
Similar.
Yes, that's why I'm gonna...
But Killian is still better.
You don't know. She confused there.
No, you don't tell me what
Though
to do.
I do tell you what to do.
You don't tell me what to do.
I do tell you what to do.
What you going to do? Hit me?
Do you want me to?
Because you're asking for it.
You're dying for it. Get off my back.
Pooja, what is this behavior?
I'm sorry, I kicked it by mistake.
You can't kick it by mistake.
Then pick it up if it bothers you.
No, you will pick it up.
You don't tell me what to do.
I can tell you what to do.
You do not tell me what to do. You do not tell me what to do.
Or what? Are you going to hit me?
Do you want it?
I don't want it.
Because you're asking for it. You're dying for it. Get off my back.
So with all that being said, this is... Now I lost my train of thought. It's not too fruity or anything. I think that this is nice. I think it borderlines fresh. It's like fresh fruits. A fruit bowl that doesn't have sweet fruits in there, if that makes sense, you know. It's very potent, people notice it, and that means that people will associate this fragrance with me when I wear it. Day for Jeremy fragrance. I also chose Libre by YSL. So this one that I have is the intense version, but I also would recommend the OG version, more so probably the OG version as a transitional scent, because this one can get really sweet. I don't know how this performs in the summertime because I only recently got it, but it's already sweet now, so I'm wondering if when it heats up, if it's gonna get really sweet and if it's gonna be cloying. This is luxe smelling, very luxe, very bougie, very classy, very mature. It doesn't smell childish. A lot of people complain that this is not an intense version of the original. I think people say that because when we get a version of a fragrance that we love and it says that it's going to be intense, we want it basically to be exactly the same but stronger, but we seldom get that. And I think that's a lot of times what we want. We just want it to be louder, we want it to be more bold. But what they do is they switch out notes in the fragrance, and it's not that it's not an intense fragrance. What it is they've chosen what they wanted to intensify in the fragrance, so it still smells kind of similar to that fragrance. It still has the same vibe, but as we know, they've intensified vanilla in there. To me, the orange blossom in this is very potent, so I don't think that they market the fragrances wrong. It is an intense version, it's just what they've chosen to intensify in the fragrance. But I definitely think that this would be good for a signature scent. So I have this fragrance and then I have another two. So I wanted to mention Burberry Her as well. I definitely could not keep this out of the running because I feel like it's soft enough to wear on all occasions, but it's potent. I don't know how it's so soft, but you can pick it up. You smell it, you can sit down somewhere and you can smell it. I don't think it projects really far or anything. I think the projection is moderate, and I feel like it then goes down, you know, really soft and sits close to the skin, but it still lasts. And you want a perfume that lasts long. You don't necessarily want it to be loud for long, but you definitely want it to last long because you want to be able to be remembered by it. Because again, you want someone to smell it. That way they can recognize you by this fragrance. I wouldn't say it's a sexy scent. I would say it's kind of playful, kind of girly, kind of fun. I've worn this in the summertime and I feel as though it didn't get super sweet on me or anything. It didn't smell annoying. I felt like I could still smell it on my clothes. I like perfumes that I can still smell as well, but it's not too sweet and it's not gonna give me a headache or anything. It gets annoying for me to smell my perfume for too long, unless it's something that's just like a soft sweet. I don't mind smelling that. You know that this is a berry fragrance. I feel like for a lot of people that want fragrances that aren't too strong but still noticeable, this is definitely a good pick. This does not give you luxe vibe, so it would not be my choice for a black tie event or anything, but I do know that a lot of the everyday perfume wearers are more easier to please with their fragrances. They just want to smell nice. They don't want to overthink it. They don't want it to bother them. They don't even want to have to think about it. It should be kind of an easy reach for them as well, so I think that this is fitting for that. The last two perfumes that I'm gonna mention, if I was feeling for the black opium vibe but I felt it was like a little bit too potent, I think that this is the safer bet to go and get, which is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl, because I feel like it gives me obviously the black opium vibe because it has the coffee and everything in there, but it's not as creamy, which means that you're able to wear this in the daytime. That's how I feel. Particularly, you could probably get the Leger version because that is a bit softer. I believe that this has good projection, this has good sillage, and this is a coffee fragrance, but because it's not sweet, in my opinion, I feel as though you can get away with wearing this in the summertime if this is your vibe. You can wear this in the daytime. To me, it comes off just a little bit powdery. It has this kind of airy quality to it. To me, it smells like the steam from coffee, if that makes sense, whereas like black opium smells like you've made your coffee and you've put your milk in there. To me, this smells as though you're smelling the aroma of coffee, so you're not smelling it directly from the cup. It's just that you know that they just finished brewing coffee, if that makes sense. That's what it smells like to me. It has this kind of airy quality to me. I think that this is a good signature scent fragrance. If you notice, guys, I stayed away from the super sweet fragrances. I stayed away from the super milky or creamy fragrances. I stayed away from the super citrusy fragrances or super fresh fragrances, because when they're so potent or so leaning towards one category, they tend to obviously only fit one category. If it's too oody, you're not gonna really be wearing oud in the summertime. So unless that's your zhush. I don't really see anyone really wearing that. But then again, I've never been to Dubai, and maybe in Dubai they wear a lot of like ouds, maybe in the heat of summer, I don't know. But you know, different cultures practice different things, but I chose fragrances that had a balance between the fruity and the fresh, and I really feel like these are good choices. So that was all my fragrances. I hope you got the gist of what I was trying to say in this video. I hope it was alright, and I hope I see you in another video. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. It really helps my channel out, and it helps you to promote this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So I'll see you in another video, and take care.